Alright, number 6. So we're looking at paragraph 7 and the purposes of these specific sentences. So I'm going to go back to paragraph 7 and read that as a whole. Seldom is guilt proved or blame assessed with a single piece of evidence, but forensic science, which falls into the 4th category above, often serves as the added weight that helps tip the scales of justice. It may be used to reconstruct the crime, identify participants, or confirm or discredit an alibi. It also frequently helps to eliminate suspects. It establishes the fact of the crime. For example, that the bullet that lodged into the victim's heart and caused his death came from the defendant's gun. It can also provide a step-by-step analysis of the events leading up to, including, and following the incident. In short, forensic science can be the glue that holds all the facts of a case together. Okay. So then, where is that? Number 6. Alright, so the purposes of these specific sentences. It may be used to reconstruct the crime, identify participants, or confirm or discredit an alibi. It also frequently helps to eliminate suspects. It establishes the facts of the crime. For example, that the bullet that lodged in the victim's heart and caused his death came from the defendant's gun. It can provide a step-by-step analysis of the events leading up to, including, and following the incident. Alright. The sentences contrast the role of forensic science to the roles of other kinds of evidence. No. It isn't really contrasting. It's not telling me the differences so much. B. The sentences give specific examples to demonstrate how important forensic evidence can be. Alright, that's definitely a possibility because we have specific examples. For example, the bullet that lodged in the victim's heart, blah, blah, blah. The sentences warn that using a single piece of evidence carries serious risk. This is stated, but not really the purpose of these sentences. The sentence explains the argument that forensic science is not, or forensic evidence is not enough to prove a case. It's not the purpose either. It's kind of saying how important forensic evidence is to solve a case. B is going to be our correct answer because of those specific examples. Okay, number 7. Highlight 3 sentences in the text that reveal the author's doubtfulness about the accuracy of the role of humans in the legal process. Okay, so this one, you would have needed to read the entire thing. But since I know the answers already, we are going to go to paragraph 8. Okay. All of our examples are in paragraphs 8 and 9. So if we look here, unlike crime scene bystanders, hard evidence will not get confused or become frightened. So bystanders, those are people. That is human error. They can get confused, not remember something correctly. That takes away the validity. Unlike criminals, it will not make up stories or lie. So criminals, again, are humans who make up stories and lie. Yet hard evidence is only reliable as the people who collect, analyze, and interpret it. Okay, but we still rely on people. Okay, so people can make mistakes. At trial, different experts, people sometimes draw different conclusions from the same evidence. Okay, so another human error issue. And defense attorneys frequently attack the validity of forensic science evidence by pointing to lapses in the way the evidence was collected or handled. Okay, so defense attorneys also can make mistakes. Right, so if you highlighted any of these 3 sentences, then you are good to go. So I'm just going to put that is number 7. Okay. Alright, and then last but not least, is forensic science the most important type of evidence to present at a trial? Okay. So, yes. Well, kind of. I'm going to read to you some things that you would need to have in this answer in order for it to be perfect. Okay? So, the author supports the importance of forensic science by citing the many benefits of forensic evidence. This type of evidence can often clinch a case that would otherwise lack a clear verdict. Because forensic evidence is straightforward and unchanging, it can be quite reliable, especially in the case of violent crimes. The author includes the example of a case in which the bullet that lodged in the victim's heart and caused his death came from the defendant's gun. Okay, and then point number 2. The author shows that forensic evidence is not always important, however, by noting that it does not serve all cases. For this reason, the author would likely support the importance of forensic evidence to some cases, but not all. The author goes on to further contradict the idea that forensic science is all important by explaining one major way in which it can fail. Humans, who are not perfect and not always correct, are the ones who read and interpret this evidence. He writes that hard evidence is only as reliable as the people who collect, analyze, and interpret it. The author clearly enumerates both the pros and cons of the use of forensic evidence. So, forensic evidence is a very important type of evidence, but not necessarily the most important type. The purpose of this article, this article was to explain how important the collaborative process is. So there are many things that need to go together in order to solve a crime. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Sorry I was in a little bit of a rush. Alright, let me know. Don't forget, email me if you have any questions. Alright, and keep up the good work.